Hey Alex, this is Keaton Everett with ABC going over your pitching video from camp. We're going to go through and talk a little bit about your mechanics and break them down and look at a couple key spots. We're going to look at, what you're doing over the rubber, how you're coming set. Are you set up in a nice solid position to be able to repeat your mechanics? Then we're going to kind of look at what your lower half's doing. What are your hips doing? Are you leading with your hips? Are you driving that lower body down the mound? Those hips are where we're going to get all our power from. It's going to be where we're creating our torques. We're going to generate our velocity. We're going to look at foot strike. Where does that left foot touch the ground? We're going to look at if we're at a good position that looks nice and healthy. If we're in a spot that looks like we're going to have the most power, and then we're going to look at how we're finishing. All right. So first off, for some reason that this video is grainy, and these are the best shot. This is the best shot that I could get. So I apologize for the malfunctioning video here, but we'll still be able to kind of see enough to kind of help you out here a little bit. So first off, we're just going to look at the setup here. So from the wind-up, the biggest thing we want to make sure is we're not doing a whole lot of moving side to side, back and forth. All right, so you're doing a pretty good job at staying, somewhat over that back foot. All right, one thing we need to do, I talked about lower body, those hips. All right, is you're staying good over that back side. All right, a lot of times we'll see kids starting to rush once that leg comes down. So you're staying over that back side good. But what I want to try to see is we want to try to see you get this leg. My bad. Is we're going to go and take your knee from about right in this position, and I'm going to want to try to see it a little bit farther over that back foot. All that's going to do is that's going to buy you time to get your hips going. That's going to buy you time to let your hips lead down the hill and not your leg. All right. So at this position, I'm going to want to see your hips start forward first. All right. And as you can see, your leg kind of drops down and then starts to swing open in front of those hips. We want to try to get to a point where right at this position our hands break, our hips start forward, and our knee starts down all at the same time. Alright, so it's almost going to look like you're kind of late with the hands. So at about this position, your knee is probably still back at about this position right here. It's because you're just really keeping that hip close, keeping that leg closed longer, and driving that hip down the hill. All right, you're getting out to a spot. You're still, almost right about here, and now that foot might start kind of swinging open here. All right, so you're just kind of early with that front side. I want to try to see you stay closed and work those hips longer down the hill. So just get that knee up, get over that back foot a little bit more to close up those hips. And then that's gonna make it easier for you to drive that hip down the mound. All right. So now we're gonna go look at foot strike. All right. So what do we look like at foot strike? And again, it's kind of a little tough to see because you're a big ball of grains right now, but it looks like about right here. All right. Again, with the hips, what that hip's gonna start doing is that's gonna start having you pick up ground. You're gonna start seeing yourself get farther out down the hill. We want to try to stride out. If you mark off 5 or 6 feet lengths, you want to try to get out about 5 to 6 feet if you just pace off one over the other and work down the hill. All right. So just extend out down the hill. That's going to allow you to get more out of your legs. All right. You are staying over that back hip, which is good. All right. It looks like you have a decent angle here in your arm. All right. It does look like it's a little bit. Your elbow's a little bit down. All right, let me just see what it looks like coming through. So your arm's just kind of lagging just a little bit. If at this position, we want to try to see it a little bit higher shoulder width or your shoulder height, because as you can see, if you watch what your elbow does, it's low, and then it's going to start coming up and then down. So you're pushing the ball. And at this position, you got a lot of strain going on that elbow. So we just got to try to be a little more active. Just get that ball up a little bit higher, so your elbow's not here. It's more flush with that shoulder height. It can be a little bit down, but that's just a little bit much. It's a little bit of cause for concern. All right, so just kind of work that elbow up a little bit higher, and then through release, you're getting real good at getting down over that front foot. You know, we want to see that head and that chest down over that front foot, so that's good to see. You know, just the farther out you're going to get those legs, the longer down the hill you're going to get, you're going to start seeing yourself, you know, maybe even in this position out here, you know, you're going to pick up another foot length, and that's going to cause you to release the ball, you know, hopefully about 6 to 8 inches closer. So now you're going to be releasing the ball, you know, out here somewhere, getting more angle on the ball, which is going to create more velocity. It's going to create more movement. It's going to create sharper break when you start throwing breaking balls. So that's just a matter of really for you and and really for a bunch of younger kids is just more legs. Get that leg up there and just drive it down the hill as far as you can, as close, and keep it as close as long as you can. And that's going to be huge for you. So one of the drills you can do is to work on, you know, especially for young guys, it's not so much about building muscle to get the strength. It's about building the coordination and the balance. So what you want to do is do this drill and come set, get that leg up a little bit higher to where you would, all right, and just hold that position. Get to that balanced position. Okay, get to that position, hold it. So you're balanced right here. You're holding it for 1, 2, 3 count. And then work on taking your hips forward, breaking your hands. All right, that's all you need to work on is hips go forward, hands break at the same time, and then don't worry about what this left leg's doing. All right, because it's going to pop open on its own. So just worry about driving the hips so that, you know, we want to see this leg straight, but we want to see your body, you know, out here before it gets straight. So now that back leg's, you know, kind of turned back a little bit here. All right, now that front leg's straight, start to swing out here instead of back here. So you're just late with everything. So just get those hips going. Just get that body going. It's going to be big for you. So just work on it. Just focus on it on drills. You know, just get to that balanced position. Drive those hips down the hill and just get those legs working for you. And it'll be big, especially once you get older. Once you start getting stronger, that's where the whole key of velocity is going to come from. All right. So just something to work on now. And then also to work on just a little bit higher with that elbow in the back. Just feel your hand get up on top of that ball so you can drive downhill and everything, all right? So anyways, hopefully you had a great time at camp. I hope you're having an awesome season this year, and we look forward to seeing you again with ABC.